Welcome to Take 30. I'm Kyle Schooler.
And I'm Elise Cook. Sit back and relax as we learn about the Mitchell Memorial Library, the MSU's volleyball team, and what a professor thinks about the cowbell situation.
In this week's State 101, we go inside the Mitchell Memorial Library and learn a few lessons in library etiquette while having a little fun.
Mitchell Memorial Library, located on Mississippi State University's campus,
provides students with fundamental tools needed to succeed in furthering their education.
With 112 hours of operation each week, 10 group study rooms, 3 electronic classrooms, over 2 million volumes,
and 70,000 journals, they also provide students with very comfy couches to sleep on. Elevator or stairs? Stairs.
My mind on my own, here we go. My eyes feel like they're gonna bleed right up and bulging out my
Elevator. Elevator. Yeah.
That's the way I like it. My garden's a secret compartment, and that's the way I like it. And that's the way I like it. Your body's a dream that turns violent, and that's the way I like it. And that's the way I like it.
Hey guys, what's up? Studying? Studying. Got a paper to write? Hey, what you doing on there? You on Facebook? Got a blog? I'll follow you. I have Twitter. Twitter's like, what you reading? Oh, that's a cool picture. What is it?
Catch my disease. I was backstage in Pomona, and that's the way I like it. She drank beer with Coca-Cola, and that's the way I like it. And that's the way I like it. She told me about the winds from Santa Ana, and that's the way I like it.
wish I was a tree. The tree said, I wish I could be a different kind of tree. The cat wished that it was a bee. Dive deep into the sea.
When we come back, we will find out which MSU major attracts both students and faculty members from all over the world in this week's Major Spotlight.
Hear 'em talk, cold story ever told. Somewhere far along this road, you lost a soul to a woman so heartless. How could you be so heartless?
A message from your local fire department. Have you ever tossed cigarette butts in the trash? Chances are you've seen what can happen if those butts are still hot. Maybe you got lucky that time. But what if it happens again and you're asleep? A fire started by a cigarette doesn't care if you're asleep. Make sure your cigarette's completely out so you can stop the fire before it starts. If you smoke, put it out all the way, every time. This message was brought to you by the Starkville Fire Department.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
The veterinary school attracts people from all over the world and can lead students to numerous career paths like small town practices, research laboratories, or even international programs. Let's find out what makes Mississippi State's veterinary school so unique.
With over 14 acres of building under one roof, the vet school certainly has a lot going on. Undergraduates, graduates, interns, and professors all find themselves working hard. With the basic science department, clinical science and animal health center department, and pathobiology and population medicine department, they definitely have a lot they can learn. This week, we took a closer look at the Department of Clinical Service, where 3rd and 4th year students in the department spend lots of their time learning in the Animal Health Center.
Very much like a teaching hospital for humans would be, meaning that there's a senior faculty member who's usually a specialist in their area, internal medicine, oncology, radiology, surgery, whatever the specialty area may be. Then under them would be residents, and usually there's 1 to 2 to 3 residents.
The students have a lot of help to teach them the ropes.
Clinics and community veterinary services, we actually see patients from the surrounding communities. They come in for their wellness checks. They come in with sick animals. We are basically teaching them how to be veterinarians to the community.
Students come from all over, like Boston, California, Oregon, South Carolina, and even our own state, Mississippi, to have the Mississippi State school experience.
I came here because South Carolina has contract seats, so I get to pay in-state tuition. Was my initial reason for coming, and then when I came here I fell in love and knew this is where I wanted to be.
They had a really good program, and it's also one of the states that has a larger number of spots for out-of-state students compared to some other states in the school.
Mississippi State University's veterinarian school really stands out compared to others.
The first 2 years in the curriculum here are spent in classrooms, didactics, labs, etc. The third year and fourth year in the clinics here, they're doing everyday veterinary activies, from clinical medicine to the laboratory to you name it. The fourth year here offers them the opportunity to then kind of narrow down and decide what areas they want to focus or again expand.
The senior year, they actually get to choose kind of particular areas they want to study and emphasize, so you can kind of tailor your senior year to what your interests are.
MSU's vet school accepts around 85 students per year, and although this can be a very challenging major, it does come with its rewards.
I think obviously it's the career that you get afterwards, and the career afterwards with working with animals, and which is an extension many times of people's family, and then working with individual owners is the most rewarding thing that we do. Another part that makes it very worthwhile or very enjoyable is the fact that it's so diverse. With a career in veterinary medicine, it basically do many things, from research to private practice to academia to government. It's very broad.
One thing Dr. Burt would like all Mississippi State students to know is
that even though we sit over here by ourselves and we have a very different curriculum, they're always welcome to come over here.
With the recent announcement that the SEC is planning fines and reconsidering its cowbell compromise, a Save the Cowbell movement is already underway. And all over campus we've seen the signs that say please ring responsibly, and at the games when they put up on the screen rest your bell, please yell. Well, in this week's Facts with Faculty segment, we'll look at one MSU professor who says there's more at risk than just a football tradition.
Behind me is Davis-Wade Stadium, quiet and empty. Earlier this year, the Southeastern Conference passed a measure, dubbed the Cowbell Compromise, to allow fans to bring cowbells into the stadium legally for the first time in decades. But also in the measure is a provision that allows the SEC to determine if the cowbells are being rung responsibly, and if not, the SEC can silence them for good. MSU political science professor Whit Wade Jr. says that if the fans allow that to happen, Mississippi State will lose more than just the familiar sound. Along with athletic director Scott Strickland and head coach Dan Mullen, Wade was featured in a video at the last home game asking fans to protect the cowbell. Wade says the cowbell as a symbol is the heart of Mississippi State, and that it would be a shame to see it put in jeopardy or even lost.
Symbols are magnificently important, and you should not dispose of them or try to reinvent them lightly. The cowbell was here before the bulldog was, and if you look back at the history of Mississippi State, you turn back all these pages and what you find are cows and farms and engineers and science, the people in the world who do things and make things. And the cowbell is not about, some cow in a field. It's about it's who we are. It's our land grantedness. It's a symbol of where we came from and what we historically have done, and of our relevance in society, I think.
Wade says he understands the rebellious reaction of many fans to the SEC's actions, but they shouldn't lose sight of what the cowbell really means to Mississippi State.
However, in some instances, you have to balance the interests that are in play here. And you realize that the importance of this symbol of this university transcends any kind of arbitrary garbage politics behind it. And you've got to do what you can to revere and honor this deeply embedded symbol. Now, if the SEC says tomorrow you can't have them anymore, is the cowbell going to go away? No. But it would be an enormous blow to this place. So I hope that we made some sort of effect, and I hope that we're not out of the woods yet. We did well on this last game, but we got no home game. So we'll see, and I hope we keep ringing responsibly.
Mississippi State plays Arkansas November 20th, and its fans may have one last chance to convince the SEC that they can, in fact, ring responsibly. Hoping to hear cowbells ringing loud and proud behind me in 2011, I'm Dan Merle for Take 30.
Coming up next, we will hear about an MSU sports team that has some high-ranked athletes.